College, Alliance University, and Columbia University. Dr. Baudelaire has also served as the team physician for 13 school districts, most recently Elmwood Park, Bellevue, and Ridgefield school districts. Dr. Baudelaire is an assistant professor of sports medicine of orthopedic surgery of the Orthopedic Surgery Center for Family and Community Medicine at New York Presbyterian Columbia University Medical Center. He is also the chief sports medicine physicians, Department of Orthopedic Surgery, New York Presbyterian Columbia University Medical Center. In addition to his support of both the collegiate and secondary school settings, he has provided coverage to various clubs and special events throughout his career. Dr. Baudelaire has been a longtime supporter of the AT-SNJ as a presenter, exhibitor, and founding member of the Physician Advisory Committee. Chris Warner, formerly of Hawthorne High School, wrote, "Dr. Baudelaire is the best doctor I've worked with in 21 years as a high school athletic trainer. His thoughtful insight and professionalism is what stands out even in tough situations." Danielle Libianco, athletic trainer from Elmwood Park High School, notes, "Dr. B has been a staple on our sidelines since 2009. Our families know they're in excellent hands when they see him. He takes his time, listens, and treats every student athlete like they are important. We are fortunate that we got to share his knowledge of sports medicine with our community. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Thomas Baudelaire."
Thank you very much. I intentionally did not write a speech today because I wanted to speak from my heart. The first time I came to an AT-SNJ meeting, Dr. Sanzoni, Professional Sports Medicine Associates, had just passed away, and I had just taken over the practice from his estate, and there was a special award given in his honor. As I stand here 19 years later, it's hard to believe that I'm receiving the Dr. Tim Hosey Award, who was one of my teachers. Dr. Hosey and Dr. Coyle would come in on Monday mornings and review MRIs with us, and I've got a long line of orthopedic surgeons I'm grateful for, but obviously learning how to be a team physician from legends like those guys was wonderful. Dr. Monaco, Dr. Rice were my direct advisors when I was in fellowship. The thing I want to convey most is, in residency I learned that the nurses are the vehicle to taking care of hospitals, taking care of patients, taking care of people in the hospitals. Without the nurses, doctors ain't much. And learning that humility in residency, it was easy to understand the role of athletic trainers in the athletic healthcare system. Dr. Rice had this binder he handed me on day one from Seattle, where the athletic healthcare system was developed in the inner city. And he would always talk about, I think, Jimi Hendrix or something. He would always talk about, the high school he worked at was this tough inner city school, but that it started with student athletic trainers, and then athletic trainers, and under his supervision and orthopedic surgery, they were able to build an athletic healthcare system that could be scaled to the entire school district. And when I came to New Jersey from Staten Island, which has very little athletic training infrastructure, but thankfully it's changing, it was really wonderful to see how most high schools had this staple of the community. And so the advice to the young athletic trainers in this room, as I look around this room, there's so many people I can thank, most importantly my wife, who has been dragged to more sidelines than she probably ever really wanted to be dragged to. But I see Christy Andre, he was one of my, I'll call him one of my mentors, because I would stand on the soccer sidelines with him and we would just talk, and I would learn as much from him as I would learn from Dr. Hosey. And how do you talk to a kid? How do you build that camaraderie? The number of athletic trainers that I have relationships with and that exist in my phone is mind-boggling. Andrew and I put together a list of people I needed to thank, and we were at 70, I think. And I said, I can't list 70 people when I stand up at this microphone. I see Mike laughing, Mike Provision and Rob Rayberg. When I first came into New Jersey, welcomed me, invited me to speak on concussion. It's been a beautiful 19 years of building wonderful relationships. There's Ken, who nominated me for this award. So many wonderful people, but hearing from Chris Warner, who was one of the few athletic trainers that actually had to apply an AED and save a kid's life on a field. More recently, Pete Conages had to do the same. And you think of the work you do every day and the way it impacts people. It chokes me up because you're unsung heroes. Everybody in this room probably played sports at one level or another. And sports have some virtue, some meaning that transcends. And here we are, right? Celebrating our ability to come together as a community, to encourage the next generation to be involved, to compete, right? And to do it in a healthy way. And so, for every one of you that makes what I do possible, thank you.